Hi everybody, this is Sarah, and today's video is an overview of Gemini season and the astrological events that are going to take place during this energetic and fun cycle. We will explore what this energy means for all the signs and how you can make the most of it. Obviously, this is my take on the astrology and it may not resonate with everyone. And if it doesn't resonate with you, no worries, just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. We have a lot to cover in this video, and if you would like to skip to the next chapter, there is a timestamp in the description box below. Okay, Gemini season begins on May 20th, 21st, depending on where you are in the world. During this time, we have 3 retrogrades, a super blood moon eclipse, a solar eclipse, and the second of 3 Saturn Uranus squares. So, yikes. Yeah, there's a whole lot going on during this season. I want to take a moment really quick and thank the patrons for making this video possible. If you find value in this type of content, why not consider joining them and becoming a patron too? Why is Gemini season important? Why is it even a thing? Well, every 28 days or so, the sun moves into a new sign, and with this, we encounter new lessons themed around that sign's strengths and weaknesses, and every sign has that. Every sign has a strength and every sign has a weakness. So I want to say that so you don't think we're picking on Gemini. As we move into Gemini season, we will have new challenges for sure. I've highlighted some of these by sign, and as we move into Gemini season, we will definitely see some new challenges on the horizon by itself without the Mercury retrograde and the other eclipse and all the other stuff happening. It's going to be an astrologically busy time, and for most folks, it's going to feel like time sped up. All of a sudden, you went from kind of being in neutral to overdrive, and you're busy. You're busy at work, you're busy with your social life, you're busy with obligations again. Everything speeds up. In Gemini season, we feel the effects of these lessons not only on an emotional and spiritual level, but also on a physical level too. Gemini season will impact us all dramatically. If I had to give a theme for this cycle, I would say it is growth. While growth is necessary, it is sometimes not always easy. As you know, the friendly sign of Gemini is represented by the twins, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and it's also an air sign. It's the 3rd astrological sign of the zodiac, and it originates from the constellation of Gemini. It also is a very changeable sign. A lot of people talk about Gemini having 2 very distinct personalities, so I think we're going to experience some of that during the cycle as well. This energy will definitely leave you feeling more optimistic and more social. You're ready to travel, you're ready to experience life again, and you feel like it's possible, which is a nice shift that I think we all needed. Gemini is associated with traveling, knowledge, being social, learning, and technology as well. Gemini teaches us it's okay to try new things and explore the world. It's okay to seek answers. Gemini is one to search out knowledge, read online, take classes, volunteer to be maybe a docent so they can talk to other people about the things that they've learned. They're very social creatures. The downside of Gemini is being flighty and losing interest quickly in hobbies, projects, or jobs as something more flashy or more entertaining comes along. So be mindful of how you spend your time and what you focus on. And before you spend a lot of money on a new hobby or a new passion, make sure that it's something that's going to be worth the investment. Also in Gemini season, we are more likely to start a romantic relationship because we're more chatty and we're more approachable. We may be sought out for advice, or people suddenly may be venting to us because everybody's talking, everybody's sharing, and just watch that you're not oversharing, okay? People want to talk. Like I say, just be mindful of what you're sharing and don't overshare and don't tell other people's secrets. The Gemini energy also fires up our creative centers and pushes us to be much more adventurous in that sector as well. So not only are we actually wanting to physically travel, we're wanting to be more creative, we're wanting to learn more, maybe take new classes, we're more likely to invest in hobbies, we're more likely to start social circles or plan social gatherings. it's likely that you're going to be having lots of interesting dreams. And you may feel like they're more like downloads than they are actual dreams. And while you may not remember the exact topic or everything that happens in the dream, you're going to have that feeling of getting a download, that you do have some information and that it's going to be pertinent to what goes on in the next 6 months or so. This is a perfect time to tell the universe you need help with any dilemma or project that you're trying to work through. State a declaration of the situation, such as you're trying to find a new job. State that into a declaration that you will find a new job and it will pay X amount of dollars, it will make you very happy, and it will be in so-and-so location to the universe. And then be open for that opportunity to come to you. Don't second guess it, just follow it and see what happens. That's the Gemini energy at work. But with Mercury retrograde happening during this time, we can expect to suddenly recall situations that happened in the distant past. And while some of this will be nostalgia, because that always happens with Mercury, it also could be guiding us with the power of hindsight to make sure we don't keep repeating the same cycles. If you're done dating the same type of person, for instance, this could be a big clue to really discover why you're picking the people that you're picking. This is a great time to break out the journal things, take notes, and be mindful of what comes up in your dreams and what comes up in your daydreams as well. A lot happening with Gemini on its own, but now, wait, there's more. On May 20th, 21st, depending on your time zone, we move into Gemini season, which coincides with the peak of the Pleiades Portal. Say what? Yes, the Pleiades Portal. The Pleiades constellation of 7 stars, I'll put a picture of it up here, has come into direct alignment with the sun of our solar system. And this energy will be with us between May the 12th through the 22nd. This is a very interesting time in our direct connection with the Pleiades or the 7 sisters. What does this mean for you? Well, this is a great time to work on your own personal healing, finding your purpose and making strides on your spiritual path. The portal will help you align with your higher self, your guides, your past lives, etc. If you're beginning or you think you are going through a spiritual awakening, I do have a class that's about to start next month. I'll put some information up here and also a link in the description box below. If you would like to work with me, this is a great way to do it. This is a group coaching event that covers 8 weeks for the price of 2 sessions. But anyway, you can read more about it. Follow the link. So if you're an empath, if you're an intuitive, if you are a psychic or a highly sensitive person, this will either be one of those experiences that really boost your powers up incredibly, or this will be a time when you feel out of sorts. You feel disconnected and you feel overwhelmed. And the reason that you may feel that is it is a symptom of what's going on in your life. If you are overwhelmed, if you are out of balance, this energy with the Pleiadians will accent that and make it worse. But it's actually a helpful thing because it will allow you then to address what's going on. Are you working too much? Are you worrying too much? Are you being a giver and everybody else is being a taker? It's time to really adjust your energy. We can make the most of this energy though by journaling, pulling cards, meditating, having a Reiki or other energy session during this time as well. Schedule it in for the next 28 days. Many people believe that the Pleiadians are an advanced alien race, and during the time of the portal, we can access Pleiadian wisdom with greater ease. So think about the possibilities with that. During this cycle, it would be a really good time to work with amethyst, moonstone, and especially emerald. Emerald opens and works to heal the heart chakra. Its soothing energy provides healing on all levels and brings freshness and vitality to the spirit. It is very restorative. It is also a very hopeful, optimistic stone. And it's known as a stone of inspiration, compassion, and unconditional love. We've got the Pleiadians happening. We've got Gemini season. What else is going on? On May the 23rd, Saturn goes retrograde. Woohoo! The Lord of Karma goes retrograde. What does that mean? Saturn enters its annual retrograde, encouraging us to revisit events since September 2020 and reflect on the decisions we've made and what we need to take responsibility for. And remember, Saturn is all about karma, responsibility, being aware of your action. So a retrograde is often a time of practicing patience and taking ownership for our actions. But I mean, it's a needed time because things will come to the surface during Saturn retrograde, and we'll be able to get to the actual root of the problem instead of just treating the symptoms. So on May 26th, we have a super blood full moon eclipse in Sagittarius. The sun will be in Gemini and the moon will be in Sag. Yeah, so we've got both a super moon and a total lunar eclipse. Super moons, of course, just mean that the moon is physically closer to the earth and therefore appears bigger. Obviously, in astrology, that also means that its influence is greater and the energetic effects last longer. Whenever we have a total lunar eclipse, the moon develops a reddish hue, which is why it's referred to as a blood moon. Total lunar eclipses are a time of great change and transformation. They're about growth, they're about renewal, they're about starting over. We may feel ourselves moving through a symbolic process of death and rebirth with this particular occurrence, and it's likely that we're offered opportunities for sudden changes. The goal with this energy is to be able to grab onto them or to know what's for us and what's not for us. That's why it's always a good idea to be clear, tell the universe exactly what you're trying to manifest, and so then when it appears, you're ready for it. Or if something that seems like a good deal but may be moving you in the other direction, you know you can pass on. As this eclipse falls in fun-loving Sagittarius, we may find new wisdom and even some secrets coming to the surface, because Sagittarius is a very friendly, outgoing sign, but they're also very secretive. They just don't share a lot of personal information, and they keep things very short and concise. Just the facts, ma'am, is Sag's motto. It'll be very interesting to see how this energy flows through, what secrets come to the surface. We'll probably see some stuff in the news as well of probably a politician or someone in power getting caught maybe with their pants down or something like that too. Yeah, I should probably do a video on that, but no promises because I'm still really involved with the book launch. May the 29th, we have Mercury retrograde in all its glory. We're currently in the shadow of the retrograde, so you're probably already feeling it, having problems with communication, perhaps appliances are breaking, you know, that kind of stuff. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, as I said earlier. So when it enters its own domain, it's even stronger. And this is the second retrograde of the year. So definitely take this time and pause. Take a breath and check out what's actually going on in your life. We get so busy trying to move and plan and do all these responsible things that sometimes we forget to check our progress. So this would be a good time to do that. Use this time to reflect and then work on what's already on your plate before you add anything else to it. Mercury retrograde is the perfect time to finish up projects rather than start new ones. Make the most of it that way. It's going to be a time of, missed appointments, lost cell phones, vendor benders, those kind of things. And I do plan on doing a full video just on Mercury retrograde, but we'll see. So what else is happening? Well, June the 2nd, we have Venus in Cancer. When Venus moves into intuitive Cancer, we feel much more sensitive and much more connected to people at large. So this is actually a good thing. Our feelings flow easier during this time too. The downside of that is we are more emotional and we do have the likelihood of having our feelings hurt a little bit more. We, though, are more likely to take a chance on love and dating during this time. For some of the more earthy signs like Taurus and Capricorn particularly, you may find that your heart is opening up a little bit more to someone during this Venus in Cancer. So yeah, love is on the horizon. On June 10th, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Gemini. Yes, we had a lunar eclipse. Now we have a solar eclipse. And the sun will be in Gemini and the moon will be in Gemini. So we have a double dose of the twins. And yes, it's during Mercury retrograde. Eclipses typically come in pairs. So this is the second and final eclipse of this particular season. This eclipse opens a doorway to new and higher levels of consciousness. You could easily tap into a higher vibration and with that access information, downloads, and definitely get a big boost with your intuitive powers. The information may come whether or not you're consciously seeking it, and if that happens, it may not make a lot of sense. It may seem like an overload, or it may be glimpses of images and pictures and details that don't make sense. Whatever it is, though, journal it all out. You can refer back to it later. And trust me, later on it will make sense. This is a time to really become a master at what we're doing, whether that is doing yoga, trying to tap into cosmic energy, doing our taxes, whatever it is. This is the time to go full in, full focus on it. This is also a great time to learn something new, whether that is a new language, how to cook, whatever it may be. This is a good time to do it. On June the 11th, Mars goes into Leo. When Mars moves into Leo, things change because Mars being in fiery Leo gives us the permission we need to chase our passions, whether that is dating, whether that is money, whether that is, a trip, whatever it may be. Suddenly we're there. Suddenly we are ready and we're actively planning these things. We're actively doing it. So with all this eclipse energy creating lots of emotional upheaval, tapping into this Mars energy, and it can be very motivating. Generally, Leo is a very optimistic sign too, so you're going to be balancing some of the deeper self-healing energy of the eclipses with this positive optimism of Leo. But wait, there's more. On June the 14th, Saturn squares Uranus. This is a major astrological energy we're working through all year. The first of these squares occurred on February the 17th, and now we have the second. So think about it. What were you doing February 17th or thereabouts? How was your energy level and what was on your plate? This particular energy can leave us more reflective and possibly more nostalgic for times from the past as we try and work through what's really going on in our lives and what we really want, what our true purpose is. The final Saturn-Uranus square will take place on December the 24th. So these are potentially game changers for us because they highlight where we've been and motivate us to maybe make course corrections or realign our ultimate goals with who we are currently, which is also a very good thing, but not without taking a toll on us by making us go over the past and revisit some things we probably don't want to. On June the 20th, Jupiter goes retrograde.